Welcome to the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, guys, it took forever, but here we are.
Yeah, Ricardo's had quite an adventure. Since we're limited on time tonight, I'm just going to that's Brandon Hart. We're going to dive that down and let's get into it.
Sure.
So, man, why don't you tell everybody about your, you went to Mexico City.
Yeah.
And your family came back.
Well, just my mom, yeah.
But your family, you stayed down there, right?
Yeah. I sent my wife and my kids here.
Right, and so you stayed down there for what, like another week or two?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then you came back with your mom.
Yeah.
And she was only going to be here for what, 5 days?
2 weeks,
yeah. Okay. And then
a week later, she's got COVID, so.
What was the first thing that she did when she got here? You told me this.
Yeah, I took her to Walmart to get the
booster?
shot. Yeah.
And then she got COVID.
Yeah.
There we go. This is real life experience, people. And YouTube, this isn't medical misinformation. This is,
yeah.
This is actually something. And your family was all vaccinated.
Yeah.
And your wife got it.
Yeah. Was
it the second time she's got it?
No, it's the first time. Yeah.
First time. But you had it previously,
yeah.
right? And you didn't. You had a bad cold.
Yeah, it was a bad cold, but that's
and then you took a test that was a false negative.
Yeah.
These are not. See, okay, right here, folks. This is what I'm talking about. You know, this isn't misinformation. This is
no.
This is you know. That's your experience. You know, it's crazy. And what they say is because you've been.
Oh yeah,
3, right? You've had the 2 jabs, and then part
Pfizer
3.
and then the Moderna.
Okay.
Booster, yeah.
Yeah. So they say that if you've had it previously, and then you had the vaccine, that you're the least likely.
Yeah.
According to the CDC graph. Now, right above that, on the flat line, is a person like me who's had it twice.
Yeah.
Hasn't had the vaccine because I've had it twice. Everything I've read. You listening to doctors and stuff, and John Campbell. And the statistics show. My immunity to it is just a tiny bit lower than yours.
Yeah.
So you're at the least risk because you've had it and you got the vaccine.
Yeah.
I've had it twice. Didn't get the vaccine. I don't know.
No,
and that's why I haven't. If I hadn't had it, I probably would have got the vaccine. But I'm not anti-vax, and that's what drives me nuts about getting shut down. I've not told anybody don't do. I'm not spreading this. Don't do. Everybody should do
whatever they please. Yeah.
I'm about freedom. It's like I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody that they have to stick a needle in their arm. And that's what's making me crazy about all this. It's just like having that standpoint makes you all of a sudden you're some kind of a you're a public threat and you're putting out propaganda. Well, the propaganda is coming from many other places.
Yeah,
not from people who are just saying, hey, get the jab, don't get the jab, do what you think is right for you, talk to your doctor if you have comorbidity issues. Right? If you've got, some kind of underlying health issue, then you should probably get it, because it could save your life. It could be the difference between.
Here's the crazy thing. Andrew got the second shot.
Yeah.
November. And he came back in January.
Yeah.
He got COVID, so.
Yeah. And how old is he? He's
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The version of COVID that he had is like very mild. It's like.
Well,
nothing.
And that's what they said with children too. It's and that's what they said with the Omicron as well. And that's what the doctor that I cited. And basically, what I had said is what he had said was that with a virus like this that it's going to mutate. It's going to become more contagious but less lethal.
Yeah.
And even Fauci's come out and said everybody's going to get it regardless. Vaccine, no vaccine.
Yeah.
So for for Biden to grandstand and sit there and say that, oh, it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. I mean,
No,
that
everyone will
that
get
guy, when Trump decided to put the kibosh on people on travel from China, when this first started in 19, Biden called him a racist and a xenophobe. I mean, he probably saved a lot of lives by not allowing travel. You know, it wasn't anything to do about race. It was like, hey, dummy, this is where the virus originated.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have people. And then as soon as that Omicron showed up in South Africa,
Yeah.
no deaths. They didn't even have any hospitalizations. It was just one doctor happened to realize it and diagnose it as a different strain, a mutation. He shut down travel from South Africa. Does that not make him a racist and a xenophobe? Oh, well, that's fine though. That's fine. Nobody in the media wants to say anything about it.
Yeah.
It's just fine. I mean, he sat there. That was one of the things in the debate that he was going off. He didn't have a lot he could go off on because he could barely talk. But I mean, except for to call out senior citizens in Iowa to a push-up contest. Oh God. I should show you some of this. There's this comedian out there that does these impersonations of him, and they're hilarious.
Yeah.
He like puts his face, but then he puts his lips on it, and oh my God. What's his name? Is, oh God, I can't remember his name. It's Kyle something. I'll have to look it up here. We'll have to watch one of those quick clips. Anyway, though, so your family's all good though. Everybody's and your daughter.
Yeah.
She got it too.
Yeah.
And she's
she's
not even a year old.
Yeah, no.
She's not even a year old.
But I mean,
it was nothing
we
for
didn't
her.
test her.
Yeah.
But Alicia had it. My wife had it. So it's
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. So there's no way she didn't have it. I mean, I would imagine she's still nursing. Yeah. So yeah, she would. Certainly. That's crazy, man. Is it, so that shows you folks that, like, I mean, it can go either way. I think that, and I'm trying to remember who it was I was listening to. They were talking about, it was Bill fucking Gates. He gets on there the other day. I should pull this interview up. He gets interviewed about Omicron and what's going on with it in Africa. And he said, oh God, how did he phrase it? It was all about the money, because he's behind the vaccines. And he was the one that was refusing to let these third world countries have access to the vaccine.
Why?
Because they weren't going to make any money off of it. The guy's the third richest dude on the planet, right? He could single-handedly end homelessness without it even making a dent.
Yeah.
I mean, $20 billion in the United States ends homelessness. Between him, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, they could, those three guys, I mean, Elon Musk, he's up around 300 billion now.
Yeah.
Bezos is close to 200 million. I don't know where Gates is at, but I mean, it's like, it's amazing that people are so greedy.
Yeah.
And so what he was saying, it was unfortunate that, that they were going to, he basically said it was unfortunate that all these people in these countries in Africa got the Omicron because then they got natural immunity without the vaccine. So instead of treating it like, hey, but he was the one behind them not getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
Right? Because, they're only dealing with countries that got money. Big economies. Those are the countries that are getting the vaccine. Places like Sierra Leone, the Congo, Somalia. Yeah. No vaccine for you.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they said they didn't think that they were responsible enough to be able to administer it and manufacture it. And
yeah.
It's like, I mean, jeez, how messed up is that? I mean, he wants to act like he's a philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yet because of money, when he's the third richest man on the fucking planet, who's buying up more farm, he owns more farmland in the United States than anybody right now. He's bought up acres and acres. There's some. They came in. These characters came out here and bought up like 41 acres out in Clark. And I don't know what the deal is with that. It's supposed to be like some kind of communal living or something that it's like, but they're all like from I don't even know where. That's like, what is going on here? Why is Bill Gates? What's his interest in buying up all this farm? I mean, the guy for one thing, he's old.
Yeah.
He's set. I mean, dude, if I had $1 billion, if I had $1 million, if I had Jesus Christ, if I had a pot to piss in,
yeah.
I mean, why? Why just keep pursuing the money? I mean, you want to talk like you're a philanthropist, which is all he does. But he's out there bumming money.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Why? He goes, well, you talked about he could raise money for why does anybody? It's like you're Bill Gates. You're Bill Gates. If you want to do something philanthropic, you have every means to do it.
Yeah.
Does he worry he's going to run out of coin? I mean, how much is the dude worth? He's worth over $100 billion.
Yeah. Easily. It's like,
and then and then his wife, after all those years, his wife divorces him. Kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying the whole thing. And then you watch that squirrely dude, especially when the lady from PBS, and I always forget her name, but she did the interview with him, and at the end she hit him with the, you were obviously, on Epstein's plane.
Yeah.
You were, hanging out with him, hanging around with him, and he wouldn't answer the question, He said, well, obviously, he goes, I feel like that was a mistake. And he goes, but then he ends it with like, well, he's dead. So, I mean, what do you say? I mean, it's like, and then Epstein's boy from France, one of his pimps that had brought him at one point in time, this guy brought him 3 12-year-old girls for his birthday. Guess what he did in a French jail the other day? He suicided himself.
Yeah.
Guess what wasn't working? Cameras. Same thing as Epstein.
Yeah.
He's dead. And they're like, well, the cameras in the hall didn't show anybody going in there. So it had to have been him. Apparently he was in a single cell. But it just seems a little bit,
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, show the world the footage. Where's the footage?
Suspicious, yeah.
Where's the footage? I mean, it's kind of weird. I'm surprised Ghislaine Maxwell is still alive. She must have given up the goods on somebody or something. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she did, or maybe she didn't. Maybe that's why she's still alive. And because her dad just somehow fell off his big ass yacht out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
How do you fall off a yacht? You sleepwalking? I mean, you just. Yeah.
And even if you fall, I mean, it's not like no one is
watching.
Out
there peeing off the. I mean, it was a big ass yacht.
Yeah.
I mean, he was intelligence. He was part of Mossad. I mean, it's just it's curious how she's still alive.
Yeah.
And she was such a big part of it. But then Epstein, I mean, I'm telling you, I've been in those. I've been in those places.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in MCC New York. I've been in MCC Los Angeles. I mean, he was in Suicide Watch, and then they just take him out and just put him in this, this cell. I mean,
yeah. And
he's like this huge. I mean, this guy could have blown the top off of God knows what. I mean, the mind. I mean, what was going on down there?
Yeah.
Where did this guy come? I mean, I don't know if you've watched anything about him, but Netflix did a pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of. I mean, he wasn't that great in school. He wasn't that great in business. It was just all of a sudden he had all this backing, all this dough. And then he's running this child molester island down there.
Yeah.
I mean, with all these, Bill Clinton was on that Lolita Express, 26, 28 times. Hillary was on it a few times. Bill Gates was on it. Prince Andrew.
Oh my God.
Trying to remember the name of the Dershowitz. I believe it was Dershowitz that was on there.
Yeah.
Alan Dershowitz. Chris Tucker was on there. The comedian and actor.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and countless others.
Yeah.
Who knows? He had another place like down in New Mexico. I mean, and they were calling him a billionaire. And when he died in prison,
Yeah.
he didn't even have $1 billion. I mean, he had some dough. He had like 600 million.
Yeah.
But then the crazy thing is you know who the executor of his will was? Bill Gates, head of security. The guy that runs security for Bill Gates was the guy that was the executor of Jeffrey Epstein's will.
That's so crazy.
Now, why would that
Yeah.
be? That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Doesn't make sense.
come on, man. There ain't no such thing as coincidence, man. There's no such thing as coincidence.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. There's not any such thing as coincidence, especially with something like that. I mean, when I heard that, or after he died or suicided himself or whatever he did,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, okay. Yeah, I should find that interview with Gates here. It's crazy. I mean, his body language, and I'm pretty good at reading body language on
Yeah.
people. And I mean, as soon as I saw it, I just went, "Oh my God!" I was like, "This dude is so damn squirrely." Let's see. We'll see if we can play this.
Bill Gates helped usher in the digital revolution at Microsoft and has spent the decades since exploring and investing in innovative solutions to some of the world's toughest problems: global poverty, disease, and the coronavirus pandemic, which he spent nearly $2 billion on.
I don't want this one. I want the one about it was on PBS. It was Julia, I think. Julia, God, I can't remember the last name.
Just look for it like that.
Yeah, PBS Epstein. It should come up. They may have taken it down too. Who knows? There he is. Look at him wringing his hands. That's the thing right there. Look at the way his fingers are on that. This is on PBS.
It was reported at that time.
All right, I'm gonna put this on just so everybody can see this. I'm sure everybody has seen it, but watch this,
Yeah.
dude, and the way he. All right, here we go.
That you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution
So
from
he'd already been
minors.
convicted.
What did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
I had dinners
Sounds like
with
Kermit
him.
the Frog.
I regret doing that.
Look at him
Yeah.
fidgeting.
He had
He's
relationships
looking up.
with people he said, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. Not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction.
Okay, so he's talking to him about, because Epstein says he knows people that'll give to global health, and that's it. He could take care of global health for everybody.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes right now with that pause. He keeps looking up and away, and when somebody
Yeah.
does that and they wring their hands like that, and even the way he's got his mouth pursed right there, that is totally negative body language. He's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And listen to the way he answers these questions. It's just crazy.
And those meetings were a mistake.
And
They
he keeps-
didn't result in what he purported, and I cut them off. That goes back a long
looking up.
time ago now. So there's nothing new on that.
It was
Nothing-
reported
he keeps
that you
saying that.
continued to meet with him over several years, and that, in other words,
Shake
a
his-
number of
look at his-
meetings.
Look at his mouth.
What did you do when you found out about his
Look at
background?
him. He's looking
Well,
at her else. He's like, because here's the thing. This is what's fun. Look at that. The hands
Yeah.
doing this. That's a total sign of lying. His eyes are up in
Yeah.
a way. But the thing is he's the one that funds this show. And this was at the end of the interview. And He
Okay.
did not expect this. And she just nailed him. And I mean, you can tell he's just completely, he's in his stupid sweater. But when what you look for with the body language is you go back to earlier in the interview. So you look at kind of controlled, you look at like, how's a person carry themselves when they're comfortable? And so his
this-
body language right here with this portion of this interview, it just completely changes.
I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for
Look at him looking
anyone
sideways,
else
grimacing,
looking at
wringing
this?
his hands.
Well, he's
looking at
dead,
her.
so
He's dead.
you know,
So
in general, you always have to be careful. And you know I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy.
So
very
never
proud
answered
of
the
the work
question.
of the foundation. You know, that's what I get up every day and focus on.
didn't even answer it.
Yeah.
Not a bit. I mean, that's pretty crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And if we had the time, we'd go back and watch the first part of the interview too, and you can see how his demeanor completely changes. I mean, what's up with that? and then his head of security is the executor of Epstein's will.
Yeah. It's no.
And he acts like that when he finds out when he gets grilled on it, and he didn't think that was coming. She nailed him with. I mean, that was great. It was a great interview because she was just giving him, she was giving him softball tosses the whole interview, and then at the end she just goes wham.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way he'd sit there and he's looking off the side,
like,
he had that grimace. And that's where you see when somebody's, like look at like Jen Psaki right there on that monitor. Look at her face. Look at that face. She's got she's eyeballing. She's like, how dare you? Pursed lips, just like tensed up.
Yeah.
It was funny. I had Jackson here yesterday, and we were talking a little bit about everything going on in Ukraine. And I asked him what they were telling him at school and everything, and he said, "Well, they just wanted us to like get online and look things up." And so I was like, "Well, okay." And so I was watching one of the press, the press conferences, and I said, "Watch this lady." I said, "Count how many times she says reiterate." And he kind of looked at me like, "What?"
What? Yeah.
And he sat in here for like 5 minutes, and I think she said reiterate 12, 15 times, something like that. I mean, it's just like, now we need to reiterate. It's like, what are you? And she does this hand talking where she does this. It's like she's like milking a cow or something. It's like, it's like, what is that?
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, it's a total nervous tick.
Yeah.
It's got to be it can't be an easy job to get up there and lie in front of the whole
God,
country
no.
every day and then wear those pantsuits that, I mean, she looks like she mugged a vacuum cleaner or something, like one of those old 70s vacuum cleaners. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Oh,
She mugged a Kirby. I don't know.
yeah.
These people are just out of their minds. And what was that percentage that you told me earlier about how many people that don't even know where Ukraine is?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it
It's
84%?
like, yeah.
84% of Americans don't know where Ukraine is.
Which is just mind blowing because it's like,
What's that say about our education system?
yeah.
Not very good. I mean, I remember geography being a thing. I mean, by the time before I even went to kindergarten, I knew all 50 states and the capitals.
Yeah.
I knew that before I went into kindergarten.
Yeah.
My kid's 14. He couldn't probably tell you 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I tried when he got in school. I sat down with him. I got the puzzle and everything,
Yeah.
sit down and try. But it's just a different
You know
world.
what makes me laugh is that, I mean, I used to go to Miami for school, and when you ask people, like, what's the capital of Florida?
Oh, yeah.
No one knows that it's Tallahassee.
Right. They
They're
all say
like,
Miami, don't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's
Yeah.
Tallahassee. They look at you like,
Yeah.
where is that?
What? Yeah, I mean, you ask them the capital of Wyoming, they go, "Where's Wyoming?" I get that all the time.
Or my favorite is like, oh, it's Casper, and you're like, no.
Nope. Or same with like Alaska. Everybody says, "Oh, it's Anchorage." No, it's
Nope.
it's Juneau,
Juneau, yeah.
where I was born. Good old Juneau.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that place. I always like going back there. I always feel like I'm home, even though we left when I was a little kid. It's still like I get off the plane there whenever I go back up there. And it's like, it's like that salt air,
Yeah.
That's the one thing I miss is the ocean, man. It's like living by the water. We don't have much of that out here.
No, and
It's so goddamn cold.
it's kind of fun that I brought my mom over, and she felt like she was at home the whole time she was here. So
And why was that? Just because of the
she loved everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
She liked the people. She liked the
Well, and that's the crazy thing too is everybody out here gets labeled as racist and this and that. But backwoods, gun toting, deepy
No.
Not even the case. I mean, it's not the case. I mean, I mean, like my best friend came out here and goes into Eagles Club, bunch of old white folks. He becomes the first black member of the Eagles Club in Wyoming. I mean, everybody just was. I mean, he was just. It was like just another. I mean, everybody just liked him, And it's like, you can't sit there and tell me that, I mean, just because you live in a place that's predominantly, I mean, you can go places where, I mean, you don't sit there and say that people are racist that live in predominantly black neighborhoods. You don't say that people are racist that live in predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods or Asian neighborhoods.
Nope.
But if you live in a place that's predominantly white, which quite frankly, I mean, most people are not stupid enough to come live out here in this nasty. I mean, good. What's that been? We've had 20 below zero this last week. I mean,
my God.
it takes a real dummy to live out here. It's been miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been outside. I mean, I went out and rode my dirt bike one day, and then, the one nice day we had, and I've just been. I've got a pair of tires out there that I've studded. I'm going out tomorrow. I don't care. Snow, ice, whatever.
I swear, today I thought it was going to be a nice day, and then as soon as the night came, it's like, oh my God.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was coming home from my shop at around 5 o'clock, and I stopped by the store, then I came home, and I got out of the. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Terrible. It used to not bother me, but it's been so windy too. That's the bad part. Is the wind.
Oh my God.
God, it's just been howling this year. It's just like it's been the windiest year I can remember. I'd rather have just feet and feet of snow.
It was bad.
Oh yeah, I'll bet you get blasted out there at Walmart too every time somebody comes in the door.
Oh my God.
So I noticed that. When I was in there the other night, John had a space heater going back there, and I think I've seen you with the space heater going too.
Yeah. Oh no, the heater broke today.
Oh shit.
So I immediately
Can you just
called Daryl and I was like,
bring
we
one
need
off
a
the
new
shelf?
heater.
Yeah. They can
He's
still
like-
get one off the shelf, right?
Yeah. And he's like, why? What happened? And I was like, it broke. It's like, and it's your job to make sure that we have a heater here. Because I was like, I'm not standing 5 more minutes in this place without a fucking heater on. So
Do they not have any regular heat in there, or is it just not that good?
they don't have any heat.
Isn't that
Nothing.
nothing?
Nothing.
Why? They just
That's
didn't
how they
connect.
built it,
They didn't connect the HVAC
Yeah.
to the main building when they built it.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? This is Wyoming, for Christ's
Yeah.
sake. You're not going to have the liquor store open in winter in Wyoming? I mean, that's how people survive out here. They take away their booze, man. And there's going to be all kinds of problems.
I totally agree. It's
Well, yeah, like every time that door opens, I can imagine you just get blasted. I remember one night when this was back in the day, we were working in Lander, and it was one night, it was like 27 below. Wind was blowing like 70. And we're sitting in the Lander bar right on Main Street. And every time somebody would open that door, the wind would take it and it would just blow a cloud of snow inside. I mean, it happened over and over and over. And Rick, the guy that Brooke and I did a podcast about, his stepdad and good friend of mine that passed away a couple of years ago now. He was always a loudmouth, but it was so funny because, I mean, we just kept getting blasted with the snow every time somebody pushed that door open. And then finally he turns around, these two guys, and goes, "Shut the goddamn door. What are you, Jerry's kids?" Oh, God, these guys wanted to fight and everything. I was laughing my ass off. I almost choked on my beer. I was like, oh, my God. But, yeah, I can imagine sitting in there.
Yeah.
And just people in, out every time.
No, you know what's silly is
just get warmed up and then bam.
Hold on. Tonight, when the heater was off, it was warmer to be in the freezer than to be in the liquor store.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just went into the freezer because I was like, it's warmer in there. So it's like,
jeez. Do those freezers, they put off a little bit of heat though, don't they? I mean, they've got to. I mean, it's just like a refrigerator does, I imagine. I just can't believe they don't have any heat in there.
So eventually, I convinced Daryl to bring me a new heater, and I was like, "That's it, thank you."
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, that's Walmart for you, huh?
Yeah,
No wonder they have the highest amount of employees on federal assistance.
yeah,
Can't even put a heater in a place of work.
I know.
How did that? I can't even understand how they got a license to open the place without having heat. How did that get approved? Who signed off on that tomfuckery? I mean, it had to have been the city of Cody.
Yeah,
How are they going to sign off on something that's got no fucking heat? There's no thermostat or nothing.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man. I mean, and it's not really. Is there a connection from there to the main? You have to probably. Can you go into the main store from there?
nope.
It's completely sealed off,
Yeah.
so it's its own building. You don't
Yeah.
have there's not like if you go back in the freezer. There's
Nope.
not a
There's
hallway or
nothing.
anything.
Nope.
So to get to the main, you have to go out the front door and then go in or you have to go out the back and go like through the.
Yeah.
Is there a back door to that?
Nope.
So all your shipments and everything come in the front door.
Yeah.
All your liquor orders, all your beer orders, all through
Yeah.
the front door. They don't have but yet the truck shows up and, well, I guess it probably doesn't come on the big
Yeah,
truck, does
yeah. It comes to the back, but they bring the beer out for the front
it?
door.
Does,
So
does it? Is it a local delivery or is it the big trucks that show up there? I would
it's the
figure
big trucks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like Tanager Beverage that, locally brought it out or what.
I think that the beer is served locally, but everything else.
Right. That's crazy. You would think that they would have
Yeah.
somebody wasn't thinking.
You know what?
They just slapped that thing.
It's like,
Who cares?
yeah.
I mean, I
because-
don't. I don't. But
No,
it's
no,
like-
no. It's like
It just doesn't
now
make
I
much
work.
sense.
Now I decided that I'm gonna work less there, so it's like it's not my problem. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, as long as you got a heater. and the little bottles of Potters or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So you're going to be working there this summer again?
Yeah.
Are you?
But it's just 3 days a week, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Probably looking forward to it, seeing all the tour-ons,
Yeah.
the idiots. The people that ask you when they let the animals out. When do they let the animals out in the morning?
No, or my favorite is like the people who come in at 10:59 and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you guys close at 11. It's like, yeah,
Walmart used to be open 24/7.
no, not the liquor store.
Well, now that the main store used to be open.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. Then they changed it to midnight because of all the theft that was occurring.
Yeah.
When they would they probably had more people stocking shelves in there than keeping an eye on anybody.
Yeah,
That's what I heard is why they pulled it back to midnight because it used to be 24/7, and then it did that, and then COVID hit, and then it dropped to 11, and it'll
11.
never go back.
no,
Well, and it's like, and I didn't understand that about COVID. How come? Why are we closed? Is COVID more? Is it more contagious at a certain time of night? I mean,
No,
I never understood that.
no,
It's
no.
like everything all of a sudden. I mean, everything closed early in this town
Yeah.
anyhow. And then it's just like, nope. It's like,
yeah,
it's more contagious at 9 or at 10
No,
than
no.
it is at 9 or what? You know?
no. It's just like,
I mean, you can't get anything to eat in this town after
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
yeah,
9 o'clock at night, you're going to Walmart or you're going to Alberts, and Albertsons moved back down to
Yeah.
10, and they'll never move it again. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like the Great Resignation almost. I
yeah,
think. That I guess maybe they, shortening the hours and not having people that are willing to work.
Oh well, no,
You
just
know?
wait because tonight, 5 people called in at
Really?
Walmart. So
Wow.
that's like a fourth of their crew. So it's like,
Well, yeah, because I always go in there late because I
Yeah.
don't like going in there when it's busy. I always go in there at like 10:30.
yeah,
I know what I want. I have like a 15-minute time limit in the main store.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like, after that, I'm out because I've had too much, and I can't stand that. I don't like that store. But you don't have a choice in this town. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's more guys stocking shelves,
yeah,
and they're not paying attention to what
No.
you're doing. And then you get up front, and there's like you got lane 12,
Oh, yeah,
lane
that's it.
12, and then the one lady at the self checkout. And I go through and I scan my stuff with my phone.
Yeah.
And so all I got to do is just go up. I go up with my cart and I just boop.
Yeah.
And nobody, I mean, that's what the crazy thing is. I wonder how much stuff they've lost with that.
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, I don't believe in shoplifting, even if it is from a corporation. I don't like that. I don't think it's right. And I always am honest, but how many people are dishonest about that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
And they say you can bring your own bags in too. So if you bring your own bags, you can walk through there and you can just put stuff in there and then go up and just hit the thing with your phone. So, I mean, nobody's ever asked me. They've never had, and it doesn't even give you a receipt when you do it that way. It just says you're good to go.
In your phone, Yeah,
it says your name and it says that you're good to go, and just, you know, I mean, the first few times I was like, look, I'm like, you know, I asked the one nice lady in there. I don't know what her name is, but she's always been really awesome and she's cool as hell. And I asked her, I said, do you need to check this? Because it was the first time I'd ever done it. Because I got Walmart Plus instead of Amazon Prime this year. Because I figured, well, I'm stuck here with Walmart. And there's no Amazon fulfillment center here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you live in a city, you can get your Amazon order that day. But I don't want to give Jeff Bezos any money either. But I also don't like giving the Waltons money.
Exactly.
It's like you got no choice. It's like you got to give a billionaire your money one way or another, man. That's what's fucked up in this goddamn stupid fucking world. One way or another, you're fucking paying a billionaire.
Yes,
we're all struggling, and they're fucking just, you know, flying to the fucking outer space and shit. Good Lord, that's a problem.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Well, I'm guessing you probably need to get home, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Ricardo, great to have you back in the studio again, and let's start doing this on a regular basis.
No.
I'm excited to get back to it.
Yes. Oh my God.
And Tyler will be in here helping us out with some stuff as well, and
you know what?
Get the thing rolling.
Why don't we meet again next week?
Sure.
Next Friday.
Whenever, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gone this Monday and Tuesday, but other than that, I'll be around.
Sounds good.
Going up to the Bozone in Bozeman. That ought to be fun. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here from the Mike Files. Ricardo Torres, 52 miles east of Jellystone Park. We'll catch y'all on the flip. Be good or be good at it. Later days, Willie Mays.
See you guys.
What happened to being nice without reason, man? All I see on TV and the paper stands is the lies that they feed to keep the upper hand. And we starving for truth, so we biting in. Okay, you know what happened to it takes a whole village, built on every single color, not privilege. If we all work together, we can fix this. Yeah, divided we fall, but together we in this. What happened to neighbors? When do we start seeing each other as strangers? It's on us to change this, and they gon' know us by a light by the end of the night. We gon' burn down London, fire in the streets of Chicago. You gon' hear us coming like thunder. There's riots on the streets and we're coming for you. Burn down LA, fire in the streets of New York City. No sleep, no slumber. There's riots on the streets and we're coming for you. Giving love just to get it back. We're so used to being wrong, so we feel attacked. We don't take it as a gift, but something more attached. Now we don't know how to live or forgive our past. Ay, so it's bleeding on every single thing that we have. But we leaning on these feelings whenever we sad. And we figured that nothing even better will have. So we sit here feeling even more detached. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I could use a little room to let the light through. I could use some good times and some bright news, but this won't happen unless we learn to fight too. What happened to neighbors? When did we start seeing each other as strangers? It's on us to change this, and they gon' know us by a light by the end of the night. We gon' burn down London,